Hello everybody, I'm SJM. Welcome back to some more Valhelsia 5. Today we are going to get our upgrade to our Mage's Spellbook, and we'll be making it into the Archmage Spellbook. So I think we went over last time killing the Void Worms, so I've got some eyes stored up. Totem of Undying we've got from elsewhere, Stellarite will be easy. Let's just grab that while we're here so we can go over it, because I've gotten all of it in the raw ore form. Oh, Stella. Need a couple of these bad boys. Now these things will explode when you mine them, so just be wary of that while if you're getting these down in the caves. Now I'm not sure, because I've got the amplify on my break already, so I think these require these do require an amplify, so they require at least a diamond pick to be able to break. Ah, I didn't create. The bane of my existence with ours is hitting that create button. Oh look, it didn't even explode when broken with ours. Interesting. Okay. I guess that's that. So those are into the system now, and for hunting wither skeletons, it went really badly for quite a while, and then my luck turned quickly, and that worked out really well. So I was here in the Nether, just decided to start flattening out and making a great big platform around this Nether fortress here to be able to hunt them quite a lot easier and give them a lot more places to spawn, especially because a lot of this is over top of lava. And just in the process of building this out there, I managed to collect up 4 wither skeleton skulls. So then I took that over to the... What am I seeing down there? Oh, it's just a pigman. So that worked out well in the fact that I didn't have to do too much grinding for them, because I thought that I was going to have to get into Forbidden and Arcanus and make up what's the other thing that you use the Stella for? Eternal Stella. And that's quite the process, which I didn't want to have to get into, and then use it on this Cleaver of Beheading, which I got from one of the Illager raids, because obviously this with 23 durability wasn't going to get me through too many wither skeletons at the end of the day to be able to give me that shot at getting their heads. So that happened there. The other thing that I was concerned about is that in the Nether there, the 2 fortresses that I had access to, like easy access from my original base, way over where we had that Illager Hunter house, and this portal here, both of those fortresses didn't have any nether wart in them. So eventually I had to fly around and go find another nether wart, or another fortress that actually did have some in it, because I had it from the Crimson Forest. I had access to a whole bunch of these nether wart blocks, which if you throw them through the create crushing wheels, you can get nether wart. 25% chance, but I've got hundreds of these from clearing out the Crimson area there when I was hunting the mosquitoes. So that I managed to be able to skip doing this process because I didn't want to have to get into making the crushing wheels, which required the crafters, which required making brass, required making polished rose quartz, and all that stuff. Is just a rabbit hole I didn't want to go down into, so I just grabbed my leap spell and leapt around the Nether for a while to try and find that. That gave me access to the slow fall glyph. This is where I needed the nether wart, because I'm going to be combining that with the glyph of launch, We'll be using this guy to launch entities up into the air. This is going to pretty much nullify a lot of the difficulty of this Wilden fight, I believe, as far as what I've seen from Zeeg do it in his other series. Seemed like a pretty safe and carefree way to do it. And then I'm going to combine it with a Glyph of Wind Shear, which deals damage to mobs based on how high they are off the ground. So I've got them set up over here. We're gonna go, if I can find a willing participant. It doesn't do much damage to them when they're not in the air, and they don't go into the air when they're under a tree. But as you can see, that throws him way up in the air. And then if we can just time our shots right, we can take them down like that. That's enough of this messing around here at night, because that's just annoying. Anybody following me? Hello, little baby. Let's get rid of this knight and get into summoning the Wilden Boss. So I'm not going to be doing it anywhere near my base because this guy likes to destroy things during the fight. And I'd like to have a place without trees so that it doesn't interrupt my launch spell too much. So we've got a nice field over here, which is where I'm going to be doing it, and I'll bring you guys back when we get there. Alright, this seems like as good a place as any. We'll just try and keep the fight over here in this area without too many trees. Now to get this, we're going to need a ritual brazier. And that's just made with an arcane pedestal, source gem, some gold blocks. To recap there, we just need some source stone to get the pedestals. We've made tons of these in this playthrough, so that's that. And then on the brazier, we'll need a tablet of Summon Wilden to use for the rituals. So let's go and look at it in the book here. So without augments, this ritual will summon a random variety of Wilden monsters. But if we augment it with a spike, a horn, and a wing, then we'll get the Chimera, which is a challenging and destructive monster. So obviously it gives you a couple of warnings about it, so you should be well prepared to get into this fight here. And there was a couple of other rituals which I thought were pretty interesting, which I'll just go over quickly. This scrying one seems like it would be really handy. Say you didn't have the mechanism in the pack for the digital miner, where you can go after some of the rare, super rare ores like stellarite or ancient debris or the rune stones if you're getting into Forbidden and Arcanus. Then this ritual here would be really useful for finding those super rare ores. And then the other one, which I thought was kind of cool that I'd like to point out, would be the containment one. This would be something that you would want to do if you want to move mobs, or I think you can even do villagers with this containment one as well. Just maybe put this near the gathering point of the village, and you can gather up quite a few villagers to set up a trading hall if that's the kind of thing you're looking to do in this pack without getting to the other ways to do it in here, which is, I forget off the top of my head. But anyway, without further ado, let's get into this. Now, let me just review for myself. Let's see, rituals. Okay, so we put down the ritual, we use the tablet, then we throw our augments onto it, and then we click with an open hand. And we're on the leap. Let's be on the launch. And let's do this fight. Wrong one. Oh, I'm out of mana. I forgot to... Ah ha ha! Wild berries. Grab my pies out of there. Alright, where did you go, good sir? Now he has 3 phases and 4 forms, so you're going to have to fight 3 of his forms during the fight. But as you can see, each time we launch him up there, his speed and his powerful attacks pretty much all get nullified. And if you can aim your shots and actually hit him as he goes up there. So he's regenning and he's going to be changing forms here. Ah, this one we don't even need to launch him up into the air. Wait, you can fly? There we go. I forgot to switch to my book. Wow, so do not get caught in his base attack. And that just procced my... Or not his base attack, his big swooping flying attack. That sent him way up there. Oh, I think he's swooping down again. Where did you go, sir? There you are. Summoned off some ads for the fight. Not too big a deal. Oh, there he's recharging, so now he's taking on a different form. Poor piggy pig. And we got him. Whew. I was nervous there for a bit when he broke off my my thread of undying. But once you learn that you really cannot get hit with that big diving attack, that really helps everything all out. Surprised that this guy didn't go boom during the whole ritual or during the whole fight, but kind of lucky and running into these. Should have broken these source berries, but I didn't see them before I started the fight, so that is what it is. But yeah, that was super fun, especially because I knew a way to cheese him rather than to, you know, just stand around and get wrecked by him, not knowing what to expect. So, as always, knowledge is key when you're going into some of these more challenging fights. And yeah, we'll bring you back when we get back to the base and we can make our book. Alright, nighttime's upon us, but we're going to be inside for the rest of this episode, so not too much to worry. We also got another epic shader grab bag. I'm not too concerned about those. Just a bunch of things that we can add on to some immersive engineering tools when we get to them a little bit later on, if I choose to go that route at any rate. Here we go. We have the magical unhighlighted button here, so super stoked. The Dark Nether Star, once again, really easy, just getting these obsidian with iron, which is just iron around obsidian, not very hard at all. So there we go, the Archmage Spellbook, and now we can actually make some of the tier 3 glyphs, which will be some of the more powerful, well, some of the actual powerful spells, because everything's been pretty tame so far. But the tier 3 glyphs include things like lingering, so if you want to make your, say I wanted to make that slow fall last longer, right? Or if I wanted to make the burning effect last longer that I have, then I could add linger on there. Lightning, obviously you can do this for getting yourself charged creepers if that's the kind of thing that you want to go for, or other things that you can only get with a lightning strike. Wither, you can apply wither to some animals, and there's a couple of powerful summons that are in here as well. So summon undead, and there's a summon vexes, which you can get to fight by your side rather than just having these silly little wolves running around. Hey, there's another fly. Where were you when I was looking for you, sir? I looked for flies for a long time and I couldn't find them for a while. So I am definitely looking forward to getting some of those tier 3 spells. I think there's a nice damaging one in here as well. Orbit, these will help like put things around you with spells. You can add spells to the projectiles that orbit around you, so that'll help with defensive type of thing. You could do like a knock up, like like I was doing to the Wilden there with it. Multiple projectiles on your split. You can blink around the map if you want. That was already available to us already with a different spell in tier 2, I think. Evoker Fangs. The Glide, which I won't be doing. Maybe I will. I just have to go get another elytra because I had to use up the second elytra I grabbed from the end before. There was... I think the lightning is the big one for damage in here, right? So once you lightning something, then it's shocked, and the shocked will increase the more damage even more. And especially if entities that are wet, you'll do even more damage there. So looking forward to trying out some of those and getting something maybe that'll help one-shot mobs. We're almost there even with just a double amplify on our harm. Actually, now that I'm seeing our harm spell, oh, it rewrote all of our spells. Oh, that's not good. Yeah. So I'm going to have to set up everything again anyways. I want 6 is where I want my harm spell. So we want projectile. And which one's the harm again? This one, and we should be able to put, no, we can still only put 2 amplifiers on the harm. That's not too bad. And I always throw the item pickup on there as well, so that this is especially useful, say you're shooting at gas over top of lava, you'll get your drops from it, or you don't have to run to where you killed the monster to get your drops, which is why I always use the pickup on the end. It doesn't add a lot to the end, or to this of mana to the spell, but if you just want to be cognizant that it does add a little bit of mana usage to the spell there. Anyways, I appreciate you all for checking out the episode, and we will see you in the next one.